Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a few things that I want to chat with you guys about. We're going to talk about our first product, which is primarily a B vitamin with inositol and some other benefits to it. We're also going to talk about our logo development, what that was like. We're going to talk about how to write a bio and how we decided to write a bio and what we included into it, that sort of thing. And we're also going to talk about our website development. So stay tuned. That's what we're going to talk about today. And here we go. Alright guys, hey, welcome back. Today I want to talk about what it was like to design our logo. Keep in mind, I'm not a designer, I'm not super creative, but I also know that it takes a village to build a logo. It takes a village to build a business. I needed to involve other people in this process, so I didn't rely on my own capabilities. I thought about what a quality logo would look like. What is a brand? How do you establish what a logo is? So I did some research and you know, what I pulled up is information on what a word mark is and what a logo is. Well, you know what? Let me see here. I got all my stuff up here. I have too much stuff here. Okay, let me type this. I'm gonna just Google right now. Google.com, and I'm going to type in what is a logo. Okay, let's see what comes up. Because let's see. Okay, there's just a ton of stuff here. I'm not going to go into that. Let's do trademark. What is a trademark? Because that is the thought, is that we need to design our logo and then we need to get it trademarked. And the reason why is because we need to protect our business, but also we're establishing a brand. And sometimes there needs to be an image or an item or a thing that establishes our brand, right? So you gotta think about what goes into a trademark. So let's see. What is a trademark? So through the USPTO.gov website, that is the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the term, I'm just gonna read it, okay? It says, the question is what is trademark in simple words? A trademark is a type of intellectual property that helps to protect your brand by distinguishing it from competitors. It is used to protect the name, logo, or slogan associated with a product or service from being used by others without permission. Okay, so inside of that you have different things like a logo, you have a word mark, you have a letter mark, you have a couple different things. So I'm not going to go into detail on that. I'm just going to leave that where it is. Essentially, we went through the process of trying to do creative things, and you know, it takes a village. So what we did is, before we hired an agency to help us with this, we enlisted the assistance of our two eldest daughters. Well, we only have two daughters, Ava and Emma. Now, if you've ever met them in real life, not saying that we're not in real life, this is a computer, I'm talking to a camera right now. Hopefully you're listening and watching. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you. But in real life, if you know them personally, they are exceedingly creative, very artistic. And so we asked them for their help in helping us design our logo. And right now I am looking in my stack for examples of what they first came out with. And for whatever reason, I am having troubles identifying it. But essentially our thought was, what if we did a capital B, and then on the inside of that was a lowercase b. And the idea is that the big B is like the woman's body, right? You have the bosom, and then you have the pregnant belly. And then on the inside, the little b is the baby. We were thinking that that was really good. So we asked the girls to draw it up, and they came up with something really, really cool. And I thought that I kept it. And I have some other options written up here. Let me see if I have the picture. Well, that's not what they came up with first. Basically, I have other options that we came up with in a printed form, various options that we probably will use later, but ultimately it came down to what we thought would be the best option for right now. While we're getting established, we could potentially be able to put it on products. We can put it on fabric, put it on some other things. But before I show you the next set of images, what we did is we talked with a local company that we met through a close family friend of ours. And so we started talking with a company called Jane Inc. That is a husband and wife team that focuses on the logo development for design aspects, and then they also assist with getting your logo on products. So like if we wanted to have a mug or something along those lines, they're really good at helping with that aspect from a business standpoint. So we started working with Rob and Jane at Jane Inc. We gave them some images, and then so the process looked like this. They said, give us some ideas, give us some prospective ideas of what you want it to look like, and a color scheme and a font maybe, and what you're thinking of creatively. So they came up with, of course, now I don't have it, audio website, product. Well, they came up with several designs. And then what we did is we narrowed it down from there. And then so to show you what we did from narrowing it down from there is we said, let's focus on this. So this is kind of what we started to focus on, right? So you have this more ornate B, and then you have the words busy bump underneath. So we liked that process, and then we narrowed it down from there, and then we finalized it. So then the problem that we ran into is once we finalized it, we didn't think about one major thing involving the logo is that we had it so that it is the letter B, and then under that it says Busy Bump. The problem is that our business name is The Busy Bump. So we didn't think about that until after we had everything dialed in, and then we went and talked with an attorney through my coaching program who has experience with trademarking. She said, I strongly advise that you think about making sure that the word the is involved in your logo, in your trademark. So we circled back with Rob and Jane over at Jane Inc., and they were very hospitable. Yes, we can add the in there so that, you know, it is what you need. So that's how we basically established the process. We didn't establish the process. They gave us pointers in the direction that they'd like to go. We followed the process. We added creativity from our side. And let me show you the result, because we narrowed it down. And so here, I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you my computer screen. Hopefully it comes up well. Okay, so there is our logo. That is our full word mark and logo together, The Busy Bump. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this back around here. And hopefully that came out in the camera all right. The Busy Bump. So now what we have to do is we're gonna be turning over to our website development company, and we're gonna hand over the logo to them. And essentially we've narrowed it down. We're gonna do a color scheme of black, white, and sage green. That is kind of our color theme as a business. We're working on developing the label for the product, the first product that is, which is going to be focused on energy and focus, right? But we need to get the website established. So more to come. We're about to begin the process of designing our website. Our the company that we're working with is 80/20 Web. They're out of Portland, Oregon. And so far we've really enjoyed communicating with them. They're very knowledgeable on everything that's search engine optimization, website development, conducting any sort of paid advertising that involves the internet. They're very knowledgeable. It's a team of, I believe, 4 guys, and they each have their own respective spin and angle on how they approach their craft. And so we're going to use them for our website development. And we're really excited. We're at the point now where we're so close to having what I want to have established on the internet, which is a full presence. Okay, we have our YouTube channel. We're working on our Facebook group, which might be a page right now. I'm not sure the difference between a page and a group, but we're gonna get that established, right? Then the third thing is that we need to have our website built, okay? So the idea is that this allows us to communicate with everyone in different ways, be able to provide information on the business, what we're working on. Once we have products, then we can provide them to you guys, potentially to sell them to you. B vitamins, right? You have B3, B6, B9, B12s. There's some vitamin C, there's some other things, but essentially it's a very high quality B complex, but we're not going to call it a B complex. That doesn't sound very fun. We're going to call it something else. So more to come on that. But one of the things that I do want to talk about is a thing called inositol. So inositol is this incredible thing that I feel like not a whole lot of people are talking about. So I'll just briefly talk about it. Inositol may decrease risks of gestational diabetes. Think about that for a minute. Some of you may have always been very, very healthy, and then you get pregnant, and for whatever reason, you end up becoming gestationally diabetic. I don't even know if that's the right term, but it's an interesting thing. Inositol helps with decreasing the risk of that. Also, inositol may decrease preterm birth. So what that means is that you don't give birth too early. your baby needs to be healthy. And in order to be healthy, it needs to fully develop. So inositol helps to not allow early birth, basically. It contributes to decreasing the possibility of that. And one of the ways that inositol also helps is, and I think that this speaks primarily towards the decreased risk of gestational diabetes, is that it will decrease insulin resistance. Now, if you want to do any research on that, I am not a doctor. This is information that I've done research on. I've had conversations with a couple medical people on this topic, and essentially inositol is a huge deal. So we're incorporating that in our first product, which is going to be a supplement focused on energy and focus to assist with our ladies being able to finish their full day, whatever their day is, of work or adventure while pregnant or during postpartum when they have an infant that they're trying to keep up with. Baby brain is a real thing, and so we want to, I think we're going to take that one on first, the big problem. We have some other problems that we're gonna pivot to later, but that's our starting point. So yeah, if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out. You can put a comment in the description below, and we can talk about it. But so let's talk about what goes into creating a bio. So we're not going to be doing anything in depth. We're not going to be doing this long drawn out process of writing a bio. We're going to start with something that is useful, that paints a quick picture, talks about Missy, talks about me, talks about us together with our family, and then maybe we're gonna have to do a video on what led us to starting this brand. So we're gonna have to do some additional videos, but basically to write a bio, we need to be thinking about who we are, why we exist, and what we're going to do in that process is basically what we're going to be doing. So that's kind of a snapshot for some key elements when you go to write a bio. You know, you can do, let's see. It depends on the social media account too. So like, we're just doing YouTube and Facebook, and then we're gonna have a website. So the bio that we're gonna use on the website is probably gonna be more in depth, like a background story on us, a background story of why the business exists, and then a whole breakdown of what the future looks like for the Busy Bump. That's gonna be on the website. But on YouTube and Facebook, we're probably just gonna keep it really, really short and sweet. So that's what we're gonna do there. And we're gonna keep it professional and short and sweet. So we're gonna get that up and running. All right, guys, well that's all for now involving our business update. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the description below, or not the description below, leave a comment. There we go. Ultimately, if you want to like and subscribe our channel, that would show some huge support for us. We would really greatly appreciate it. I know that the YouTube algorithm relies on likes and subscription based and those types of things. So as we're getting things rolling and getting information out onto the internet, we want your help in broadcasting that information. The best way you can do that is to like and subscribe. So we'll see you in the next video, and thank you for stopping by.